Will you just taste the soup? All right, I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha! Aha!
All right, straight up 9 o'clock on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket. Every week about this time, you get to hear the old man yell out, aha! Where's the spoon? Taste the soup. All that cockamamie. And that's when we get to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. And then we usually get to mix with work in progress. And I believe we still get to mix with the one and the only work in progress who have just made their way into the room.
Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Elf.
How are you? How are you?
I know you want us gone, but you're stuck with us for one more day.
No. See,
one more Sunday.
No. See, you got that all wrong there, Mino, breath. All right, because
you hate these Ranger fans on Sundays.
Yeah, listen, that's how it works. But I come with parting gifts.
Uh-oh.
See, because, I care about my people. So I got you each one of these.
Okay. I saw a sporting goods bag, and I thought maybe Luca ones. Oh, okay. Look at this.
Yeah, don't F with me.
Nice.
I gave you that.
Look at that. Thank you.
I like the ticket and drinks.
That's right. And reach in here and get you a bagel.
Oh, a bagel.
Got you, and I got you both
What kind
fresh
we got?
bagels. Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sesame seed.
You can get whatever the hell you want
Okay,
on there.
I'm going to smell this bagel.
Is there any cream cheese left in the back?
Yes, there is.
Oh, there you go. Dude, they were so fresh this morning.
So good. So good.
And Monty, you got your choice of a couple of bagels over there as well.
Get you a bagel.
Get you a bagel there, Monty.
I will grab me one. Thank you.
But, so, again, in
I have
person.
a half moon bagel.
Yeah, he gave me a couple of his half moon bagels.
It kind of looks like a shrimp.
Yes, or a C. Something of that nature. So congrats to the two of you in person,
Thank
finally.
you. Congrats to you also.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Very happy
Right back
for
at you.
guys here. And I know we've had fun joking about it all year, but this is really cool. We got a race. The AL West. I mean, this
I get
is...
to ask you one last time.
No, dude. See, here's the thing, and I told a buddy of mine about this the other day. He goes, what do you think? I said, listen, I've said all year, the Rangers are really good. They're better than we think, and they've gotten better because they believe they can win. They just have to learn how to win. But I told him this. I said, you better win the AL West. See, you have to win the West. My team just has to get in. Because we've been there. Look, we're the defending champs. We're not worried about it. You guys, if you don't win the West, you've been in first all year, you start thinking too much.
I would disagree. I would say the pressure is on Houston this year.
Oh, no, dude, listen.
Because the Rangers are an up-and-coming team.
No, you're there. You're not up and coming. You've been in first all year. You just got Scherzer.
Okay, so next year.
You got all-stars up and down your lineup. 6 all-stars. 6. We had 2.
Yeah. I mean, you guys won the World Series last year.
That's right.
And if you get bounced in the wild card round,
not a problem.
Your fans are going to be, oh my God,
I got
excuses.
my title. I've got my ring. I don't need anything else.
And Singleton.
Yeah, did you see that?
He's
by
back.
the way? Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. We don't have that guy.
You don't have that guy. You want to trade for him?
Nah.
Okay.
How's your farm system, by the way?
Not as good as it used to be.
Okay, so then the pressure's on you guys this year.
No, see, listen, Mino.
Here we are arguing. It's our last day mixing together.
Time ever talking.
It's not an argument. It's good stuff. The thing is when you've been there 6 years in a row, you've been there.
Okay.
You've won it twice.
I would take that, too. I would take 2 World Series.
Listen, right? I mean, look.
I would be the most annoying Ranger fan in the world.
But it's a good thing. Because, look, there's nothing better than your team winning, right?
For sure.
And that's the part of this I'm really starting to enjoy because as much as I'm an Astros guy, I want the Rangers to get in there. And my friend said, wait a minute, if the Astros bow out, you're going to root for the Rangers? I go, hell yes. I rooted for the Rangers for 37 years of my life. It's not my fault the Astros got shoved in the AL West. I said, but they did. Now, if there's between the Houston and the Rangers, I'm picking the Astros. But if the Astros get kicked out or they lose, I'm rooting for the Rangers. Because I will be buying tickets to every game in the World
Texas
Series
Rangers.
for the Rangers.
I will, too.
I'm telling you.
Then you have a pretty good chance of being happy this year.
I'm going to be very happy this year. Listen, the Yankees suck. That's beautiful. The Red Sox aren't in it. That's beautiful. I think it's great.
If the Rangers win the World Series this year, I think I'm going to get a Peagle tattoo.
Where?
I like that.
I don't know.
Will it be all-inclusive?
All-inclusive?
You can get it on your schmeckle.
The Rainbow Peagle.
Well, then
I might do that. I might do that.
Little Peagle, right?
Right, yeah.
The Peagle on the Peagle.
Oh my goodness! All right, so final show today, is that right? Or
Final Sunday.
Sunday.
We get to
okay.
work together every day,
Which
so
is great,
It kind
by
of
the
feels
way.
like we get to do it.
That's very
Monday
cool.
through Friday.
Yeah,
You enjoying that?
we are. It's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He got to start in Oxnard, which I think was a little more fun.
Yeah, that
I
ruined
saw
me
him
a
out
little
there.
bit.
Yeah, it's that'll spoil you out there.
I miss it.
It's
We
good.
had some good times, Elf.
Oh my gosh,
Nobu.
it was fabulous. Were you standing when Charlotte was telling her stories with Corby and Davey and I?
I was talking to.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, he was going full Dalrymple.
Yeah, he wasn't there, surprisingly. No, but I was talking to Spalding at that point.
That's right. You and Davey.
Me and Davey were.
He was,
Gosh, that was a fun 30 minutes.
He had a few beverages.
Spalding, yeah.
Yes, he did.
And he had some very expensive,
Johnny
cheap-looking shoes.
Yeah, well, you know.
Did you see those shoes from the picture?
He was bragging about him too.
No, I need to look.
So he's wearing slip-on casual shoes, and a P1 found them, and they're $800.
Yeah, I heard you talking about it. Yeah, big time stuff. Big time stuff.
Nice dude, Spalding.
It's a good family.
Nice man.
We thank them for having it out in Oxnard.
And his name actually isn't Spalding.
No, it's not. All right, so do you have the full 3 today?
We do, yeah. We're going to go till noon.
That's outstanding. Anything
Hanging out.
special at 10:50?
Are we doing nothing but the truth today,
Yeah, we're going
Justin?
to do that one final
Do it
time
one more
here on
time.
Sunday.
Very good.
Maybe
Yeah.
just recap some of the past 6 years. Just have some fun.
That's great.
Reflect. Look forward.
Yeah.
The last time Mino has to wake up early on a Sunday.
That's right.
Well, listen,
We're gonna celebrate.
now you have a cup that you can sip
Oh, yeah.
your coffee, your tea, or you can have a little
Whatever.
you know, whatever.
Beverage.
Yeah.
That's right. Because they'll think it's coffee or tea,
Little
but
Everclear.
it can be a little bit of you know what.
Yeah, I'm just drinking 151.
That's right.
In the
Early in
morning.
the morning.
'Cause that's how I party.
Oh my goodness. Well, fabulous. What else you guys talking about? Cowboys and Rangers.
Talk
and
a little Cowboys, some Dirk.
Dirk was
Yeah.
cool.
That was awesome.
That was a great night.
Sports cried a little bit.
Yeah. Sports. Everything about it was good last night.
I sports cried at the montage the Mavericks made. With all his teammates talking
I
about
saw
it.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very good.
That made me tear up.
Yep.
It's our guy.
It was wailing.
Wailing on it. All right.
So are you a Rockets fan, too, or just Astros?
No, I was never any Houston fan at all except the Astros. I was a Houston Cougar fan because we went to a lot of
Like
the
the old
games in the
ladies?
Dome. What's that?
Oh, you're talking about the school.
See, he likes to take that route, but that's okay. But I'm a fan of that.
Okay, good.
No, I was a Cougar fan. I wanted to go to U of H. My father wouldn't let me. My brother's a year older than me. He was at Texas as a freshman, and my dad said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to go to U of H." He goes, "No, you're not." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I want to go to U of H. That was my favorite team." He goes, "You're not going to Houston. Your brother's going to Texas. Damn it, you're going to Texas." I said, "I don't want to go to Texas." He says, "Listen, I'm your father. I'm telling you, going to." So my first freshman year, I'm in the student section with my brother.
Father knew best.
Houston was really good at the time, and they were playing Texas and Austin. And I'm rooting for the Cougars in the Longhorn student section, and my brother goes, "You're going to get murdered if you don't shut the hell up and start rooting for the Longhorns." I found out 3 seconds later when a couple of Tridel monster dudes, whatever the hell their frat was, said they were going to beat the hell out of me. And I shut up. And,
Do you always pronounce it Houston?
yes. I mean, if you'd like me to,
Houston.
I'll pronounce it with an H just for you. Houston.
Is that just
What is a
For
Ute?
Hugh.
just for you?
Better than Houston, right?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a quicker way of getting
Houston,
there.
yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you have to think about it. you
Is
have
it
to-
quicker? It's kind of the same exact. You're not cutting out a
Yeah.
syllable.
All right.
Ston, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Or
H-
Hugh.
H-Town.
Huey.
I'm not an H-Town guy. Astros. That's only my only tie. That and Galveston.
Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. Right there. All right.
Right there.
I'm going to get out of your hair because you guys have a final big show to do. Mm-hmm. And again,
Well, Elf, it's been fun.
dude, it's been great. I wish you guys all the luck in the world. Continue doing every day 1 to 3.
That's right.
Have you got a name yet?
We'll get there. A name will find us.
Yeah, organically.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we don't want to force it.
All right. Thanks to Travis Huddleston. Thanks to Jacob Dedamore. And thanks to Connor Caldwell. We thank them for listening. I'll see you next Sunday. Don't touch the dial. Whip is next.
Mark, thank you so much.
Oh, my
I love
pleasure.
you,
Thank
son,
you, Mark.
And I'm very proud of your kids, as I am all my grandchildren.
This is a Mino and a Monty. It's a work in progress.
Hey.
That's a ticket joke, everybody.
This mic is on.
Well, they have a show or something?
It's only the latest draft. Guy who wrote it, I met him at a meeting. J.T. Dolan, big user.
You can tell. It's relentless.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
I'm work in progress. You bleed just like you did while running a mile.
It's a work in progress. I'm still not happy with it.
What's this? What's the latest?
It's a work in progress. It's not finished yet.
That's some artistic shit.
But I forgive, I've been forgiven, I hold grudges too. I'm just a work in progress, I'm not even through.
Boom! Big old explosion. Some like confetti comes down. Anyway, that's all I got so far. It's a work in progress.
Please just be patient. I'm a work in progress.
This is Marcus Simeon, and you're listening to Work in Progress. Dubs up.
You're damn right, Marcus Simeon. Dubs up indeed. It's 9:17 here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket. We are work in progress. Justin Montemayor, David Mino.
It's been a little bit. It's been what? 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
And we have one more?
Yeah, so I guess 2 weeks ago, you couldn't do this show because you were going to Oxnard. And DJ and I couldn't really tell everyone. Yeah, well, Mino's in Oxnard for a totally unrelated reason to being out there as part of the show.
Well, technically, I had the week off because I took 2 weeks off in the summer just to decompress.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to have this past week off also, but I was like, oh no, I can.
That would be
start
weird
early if you want.
That immediately on your own show. I mean, I already put the PTO in.
Might as well withdraw it and
hang out.
I'll just do it.
But then last week we were supposed to do our final show, but then I got the vid, and so we said, "All right, DJ and Travis were doing it, and then we'll go one more." So here we are, one more with you on Sunday.
The last one, man. It's been, 6 years we've been doing this on Sunday mornings. I want to say November of 2017 is when you and I took over on Sundays. And it was It was never really official either because it was you and Machine would do Not a Podcast.
Yep.
Machine took another job, and then Killer just kind of put us on the schedule and just never took us off the schedule. So there was never an announcement like, oh, yeah, it's going to be Monty and Mino on Sunday mornings. It was just, okay, this is what the schedule is this week and maybe next week too. And he just never changed the schedule.
Yeah, because
luckily... we're not really a permanent Sunday show. We're just kind of here.
We were filling in for 6 years. Because, luckily at the same time, that's right when the Shake Joint disbanded. Luckily for us, Sean and Jake stopped doing their show. So I started doing Sunday, and that was like a fever dream that fall because I remember doing Sunday shows with Tim and Travis together as a 3-man show. I did a show as a tryout with Killer.
I remember that.
I think we did multiple, maybe.
Hey,
there was another one I can't remember who it was, but eventually it was like, just put Mino and Monty together.
I remember one thing about your show with Killer. It's weird that I remember that one. It was right before basketball season, and you guys were doing a Mav segment.
Okay.
And I remember Killer asking you, is Dwight Powell going to take the next step this year? And I was like, what does that mean?
EA's calling in. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
That's the worst part of the Mavericks history, remember?
That's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The worst thing that ever happened to the Mavs was Dwight Powell.
The worst thing.
That would have been a little different, but we started doing officially in 2017 after podcasting for like 3 years.
Yeah, people forget about, gosh, I feel like it was longer than that. What was it, 2013, I want to say we started podcasting when both of us were part-time, and then we had our buddy John Fahey was a part of it. Yep. We did an episode every week. I remember when we started out, we'd do like 2.5 hour podcast, which were way too long. 2 to 3 hours of us just trying to figure out our voice, trying to figure out what we wanted to talk about, figuring out our lane. But it helped us grow.
Yeah.
It built character. It helped us rise through the ranks, if you want to say that, and then get a show here on Sunday mornings. And
dude, we used to do nothing on those podcasts.
Yeah.
In the first one, we spent 30 minutes ordering a pizza.
That was our first segment. That's
how the show got the name,
That's
right?
how we got our name. Is we had no name. We called in a pizza place
I don't know. Let's just get some
we're,
food.
We're up here at lunchtime, didn't have food, and like, all right, screw
Can
it.
this
What is
same pizza delivery driver name your new show? Can we get him on the phone?
I don't want to put that pressure on it again.
I don't remember who we ordered from.
It was a chain pizza place. Some cheap pizza that we could get because we had no money. And we probably had a coupon or a promo code or something. And we called the guy and I asked him, I was like, all right, we got a podcast. What should we call it? And he's like, oh, hell, I don't know. It can just be a work in progress. We're like, okay, that fits. And we called it Work in Progress ever since. And we found the Alan Jackson song the same day. And we've used that every single show, every podcast, every Sunday. We've used the Alan Jackson and the montage of WIPs in there. But yeah, man, it's been like, I'm very proud of Sundays. I really love doing this. Haven't really thought about not waking up on Sunday mornings anymore, but
yeah,
it's gonna be weird next week not coming up here with you. But I'm really glad that we get to do this every day. Monday through Friday. We get 2 hours, which is really short.
Yeah, those shows are incredibly short. But
and it's been fun, man. Like, I feel like this past week being back in studio was our first official week. Having you up here and being around the guys. It was nice being in California and being around the Musers and the Hardline and getting to know Matt, getting to see Donovan. It's always fun hanging out with Donovan, but being back here, having
going to Nobu.
Going to Nobu, having an $80 glass of scotch for free just for the photo op. But yeah, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, so we'll probably never hear that open again. We got to play our liners again.
Okay. Yeah, we can work through those in the returns. How many do we have?
7?
7,
I think.
So that's perfect. One for each segment.
Okay.
Until the last one, I guess.
But over the past year, it feels like this show has really grown into its own. And, you know, the name Work in Progress, you're constantly growing, whatever. But I feel like over the past 12-plus months, adding the liners, adding our staples on Sundays, we would get done with the show or we'd be doing some dry dock fill-in and, you know, we'd talk after the show and just be like, man, I feel like we're really catching our stride now. I feel like this is getting to be a really good show, something I was proud of. And now getting to do a show with you and Sean every day, it feels it's weird talking about it like this, and I hate talking about myself and talking about the show, and just I try not to reflect too much because I don't want to just be caught in the moment. I just want to look forward, but
we're in the moment now.
I've really loved it, man. Like me and you have known each other for a decade, and we started out part-time. We started as interns, and getting to, you know, you doing tickers, me running the board on Sundays for the Shake Joint, and just us growing to be best friends, and not just at work. Like, me and you talk every day. We talk on the weekends. We hang out. We talk on the phone every Saturday. We just BS for a couple hours. Like, it's really cool that the friendships that you and I have gotten here, and just us growing as a show and growing as friends and all that SG stuff.
Yeah, the Saturday phone date's going to be weird.
We can still do it. We can still get some Tex-Mex on set. Yeah, what are we going to do at 10:50 tomorrow? Like, Mino, we don't have a show together anymore, man. You don't have to do this.
I'll probably still call out your name during sex. It'll be weird when DJ's here. Because I'll tell you the plan moving forward. So
okay,
I will be still doing this show on Sunday with DJ and Ham.
Hell yeah. That's a major station announcement.
Sure. A weekend major station announcement.
So a minor station announcement.
Yeah. So I will still be here, but I will be with you and Sean every day, trying to help you guys sound good. We've already shot Sean's wheels off a couple of times this week.
There's going to be a lot of that.
Basically my aim every day at this point is just trying to make Sean get a little hot under the collar.
We're not going to just try to piss Sean off every day, but
I don't want to make him mad.
There's going to be some 1-2 game between me and you, and with you and Sean, and then me and Sean. We're going to work off each other.
Mm-hmm.
I like the dynamic we've built in 1 week, and I'm excited to see where that's going to grow.
And then if at any point the three of us feel like we're doing really well, we'll have Ham there to
just
put a
make
giant
us all
log
look
in our
like
spokes and ruin everything.
And then if me and you and Sean and Ham are all just firing on all cylinders, we have Ty Walker there to just...
And at any point he could open his mic and beat us down. At any point. I'm just kidding.
Libs.
So it's going to... So you... DJ and Ham. Are you going to keep the name? Are you going to look for something
I don't know.
new?
Yeah.
You have my blessing. I don't really care.
It feels weird. It feels weird. We'll probably retire the name. Maybe if Sean's out for a week or something, we can bring our open back for that week or something.
And I'm excited for 20 years from now when we can do the Whip revival. Get some WIP revival.
Yeah.
On the hard line with Gordon. Bring Gordon up there, too.
Yeah, I'll jump on you guys' show when I'm the Mavs GM. I'll hop on, and we'll do the Whip revival.
I think you mean governor.
Yes.
Too bad.
Governor and GM.
I'm not going to be
head
the
coach.
owner. The
and
governor.
Point guard.
I don't have that much money. I'll just be making the decisions. But, yeah, we'll have some fun here on today's final edition of Work in Progress with Monto and Miney. We're going to give Miney his Sunday back. He needs it.
You can have me on the show anytime. My schedule's open. Just get with my people.
Dude, you're going to miss out on your Sunday coffee. Where is your coffee?
I drank it already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I pounded that thing this morning.
Man, what are you going to do about that? Are you going to get him during the week?
I'll still stick to Sunday coffee,
so to speak.
It's a routine of mine. I'll get up early and listen to Unnamed Sunday Show with Justin, DJ, and Ham. Might mix it in during the week, too.
Okay. It'll just be a little later during the day to start drinking coffee. But you still could.
I'll still do it.
1 to 3. All right. On today's show.
Yeah, what are we doing today?
In the 11 o'clock hour, we'll have some fun. Maybe listen to some Whip greatest hits during the Whip Around and Sunday Brunch. At 10:50, the final edition of Nothing But the Truth. At 10:30, we will do what only sane men can, and we'll talk Rangers. I don't know if seamen are going to fly as easily during the week, so we'll let the seamen fly.
Seamen.
At 10:30, 2 seamen. And, of course, at 10:10, we'll have Lando bringing us the news. At 9:50, we'll talk a little Dirk, him getting into the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. But the Cowboys may have a running back on their hands. We'll talk about that next.
Also, shout out to the WIP ones. Really helped make this show.
Yeah,
it's always shocking to me going to Ticket Stock or Summer Bash or just, if me and you are playing some pool and someone will come up and be like, dude, love Work in Progress. I'm a big WIP one. It's always shocking to me to hear that. Like, people listen on the weekends? It's really cool.
Yeah. When Tony Pollard told you that at camp, that really blew my mind.
He gave me the dubs up.
Yeah, he did nubs up.
Dubs up.
It was incredible.
It was really cool. But yeah, it's our last Sunday together. Justin will be with DJ and Ham moving forward, and I will be focusing on Monday through Friday, 1 to 3. But we're going to be there, me and Justin and Sean, hitting home runs every day, bat flipping, laughing, crying, all the emotions. Hopefully not too much crying. That'd be weird.
Tears of joy, maybe.
Yes, and tears of...
Because we crushed it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just crushing it every single day.
Oh, another 40 share. Oh, amazing.
Oh, easy.
That's the industry term.
Yeah.
Full-time radio
stuff. Yeah, it's all that stuff. Whatever it means, I don't really know. But let's talk some Cowboys here, Justin, as it is Cowboy season.
Mm-hmm.
Preseason game number 1. And I guess my excitement level for preseason games. Preseason game number 1, from a 1 to 10, it's at about a... If I'm saying week 1 of regular season is a 10, I'm just geared up, ready to go. I would say preseason game number 1 is about a 2.7 on that scale.
Okay.
Games 2 and 3, now that there are only 3 games, they dip significantly to about a 1.1 for game 2, and game 3 is about a 0.3. Because the last preseason games, usually the night of fight night, and I just don't care. Don't watch it. Nobody plays.
Yeah.
You're not seeing anything. But
Except Romo
but
one time.
Yeah. Was that the same? Gosh. Yeah, that might have been the 3rd preseason game of 4. But yeah, that was a tough one. But with the first preseason game, you're seeing the rookies for the first time. It's the first time seeing football in a few months since the Super Bowl. It's nice to see what the new guys have.
Yeah.
So I was excited to see Mozzie Smith. I was excited to see our guy Jalen Tolbert, who had a really rough rookie year, but he's had a nice training camp. He looked pretty nice yesterday, made a couple plays. He had a really nice catch down the sideline that they ended up calling offensive pass interference, which I thought was kind of questionable. And then scored a nice touchdown to cap off the drive. And we're getting to see rookie running back Deuce Vaughn. It was a 6th-round pick. He was one of the best college running backs of the past few years. He's 5'5". He's got a nice story. His dad is one of the scouts of the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see quite a bit of Deuce Vaughn in the second half. And it wasn't really surprising the numbers he put up, the juice he had. 8 carries for 50 yards, a touchdown. He's small, but that dude is going to be electric this year. Now, it's going to be the Tony Pollard show on offense, but I think he's going to get some significant play time in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's exactly what you said. He is that like bolt of electricity that I think is going to be able to help spark, big drives or comebacks or, no one is anticipating him being an every down back or a dude that you're going to hand it to 5 out of 7 plays. You just want him to inject some life into your game. And I think he's perfect for that. And that's probably why he fell a little bit in the draft. I thought he would have been taken a little bit higher, but teams, I guess, just want someone who can handle the ball a little bit more. But as people who, are around Big 12 football all fall, we all knew like this dude's going to be a playmaker. Even if it is 8 touches a game, he's going to be able to help you. And now as we're just trying to find complementary pieces for Pollard, he's perfect for that because we also know Pollard is not going to be a dude that is going to be able to handle a giant workload. So if you can start adding in bits of Deuce Vaughn to him, the running game could be really, really extraordinary.
Yeah, and that's the way the running back position is in the NFL now. It's not one guy. Unless you really like fantasy football and you want to draft a running back high, which there's not that many of them anymore. But look at the 49ers. They've had a really solid run game with just some dudes that they plug in there. None that they've drafted high.
And a wide receiver.
Yeah, and I guess McCaffrey, but before that, it's just kind of some dudes that are very solid running backs that they found. And
well, I even think back to like the Rams playoff game against the Cowboys where we got destroyed by C.J. Anderson, who they picked up like 2 weeks earlier.
Gosh,
and he was
just a bowling ball.
He was built like Leroy Glover.
And it's really hard to judge anything from these preseason games because the offensive line is always trash. It was really hard to tell what Cooper Rush and Will Greer had. I thought Will Greer was actually fairly decent yesterday. It took him a little bit to find his footing because his line was bad. He was getting a rush every single play. But when he was able to actually look down the field and got a little bit of time, I thought his decision making was pretty good. That pass he had to Jalen Tolbert was a good read.
Yeah.
A great route by Tolbert. I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good. And then in the second half, when you put in Deuce Vaughn, and it really just opens up your offense, and Vaughn running behind a makeshift offensive line, I'm excited to see him get some run with the ones and just what the offense can look like, and if they can be creative enough to get him involved in this, where it's not just, okay, we're going to have one running back in the game and it's going to be a run up the middle or whatever the old style of offensive play calling is because that was kind of a knock on this offense the past few years, and maybe that's something different this year with Kellen Moore not involved, but I want to see how creative they can get. I want to see if you can have Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn on the field at the same time. Maybe get them involved in the passing game. I want to see what that looks like because we never saw Zeke as a pass catcher, and maybe that was just not his skill set.
Yeah,
and unless it was like a check down, but you never got him involved with the passing game. You never saw him out running routes down the field.
Yeah, he was never lining up wide and going out on pass patterns. But did the Turpin and Dowdle fumbles discourage you a little bit? Turpin did, I think, because we're still kind of hoping Turpin can, in the same way we talked about Deuce Vaughn, find his footing and find a spot in this offense. And stuff like that's just not going to help.
I didn't buy into that too much just because it's preseason. The Turpin one was weird because he got the ball punched out. That's one you got to ball security. You got to hold that in, especially if it's. Yeah. I thought they were both kind of just freaky things that happen. So I'm not. If it happens again in the regular season, yeah, you freak out. But I didn't buy too much into that. I want to see more Turpin. I want to see if he can be something on offense. Now on the return game, I feel really good about that. It's just the little preseason things that are going to happen in every game. Something weird like that happens with fumbles or bad decisions by the quarterback. As I mentioned, the offensive line is always terrible. The defense always looks better in the preseason than the offense for either team. I learned to it was pretty nice the second play of the game, the interception, as I look for what was it? What was the guy's name who got the interception for Dallas?
Deion Sanders?
Wanye Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
I learned his name yesterday. That was a pretty nice play. Now, he's probably going to be a practice squad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the defense looked good yesterday, and like I said, you can't tell too much from preseason games because it's vanilla offense. They're not going to call too many exciting
it's
plays.
The first time McCarthy's called plays in like 4 years.
Yeah.
And I noticed
he said after the game too he was rusty.
And I did notice that the tempo was very up pace yesterday, and that's going to be something you see this season. There's going to be a lot more pace to this offense than we saw in years past. He's going to call the plays quickly, and especially with Dak in the game, the tempo is going to be moving.
Man, I've seen people rave about this dude during camp, and then yesterday he's their leading receiver. John Stevens Jr. is going to make the tight end decision pretty difficult because we know they're going to keep Ferguson. They're obviously going to keep Schoonmaker. We think they're going to keep Hendershot. But now you also have Sean McKeon, who they've shown they like, and now this John Stevens Jr., the converted wideout. I mean, he looked pretty good, man. If he continues to play well in the preseason, he had that badass catch on the 4th and 11 in the last drive of the game. Like, that dude might make the team. I don't know who's going to be forced out, but I don't mind taking a shot on a converted receiver to see if that dude can bring you anything in your passing game.
Are you keeping 3 or 4 tight ends? Because then you have to make a decision at receiver and running back. Because you would imagine Deuce Vaughn is making the team. Turpin, even if he's a return specialist, you put him in that receiver group. Are you going to keep 5 or 6 receivers? Because automatically CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup. Then you have to
probably
wonder
Tolbert, right?
Tolbert. I would think so. I would really hope so. He was a 3rd-round pick last year, and if he's showing signs of improvement,
Then from there, it's
you've
probably
gotta-
Turpin, and then Bayoko's probably a practice squad player.
Probably.
Right.
He's been around for 2 or 3 years.
And then, you're keeping Pollard.
We've heard good
Vaughn
things about Jalen Brooks, but if you could sneak him and keep him on the practice squad for a year, see him develop some. But from what we've seen now, he didn't show that much yesterday. It's kind of hard to tell playing with a backup quarterback, but yeah, you've
that's
got
always
some
going to be playing with all preseason. So,
and it's one of those good problems. You've got depth at a lot of positions now. Maybe not offensive line, but we also forget how deep the defensive line is now. As yesterday, as we're seeing Sam Williams, who was the 2nd-round pick last year, and Dante Fowler, who I kind of forget is on the team, who was the 3rd overall pick in 2015, 2014, somewhere around there. He's kind of a depth guy now.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of guys on this team that can get to the quarterback.
Don't forget about converted offensive lineman Isaac Alarcon.
We saw him in the 4th quarter.
I forgot about that. I was like, oh, yeah, he did
You
switch
just hear
to
the
defense.
drop, I want the cake.
Yeah, and his mom
Going
screaming.
to get the cake.
Forgot all about that dude.
But yeah, there's reasons to be excited about the defense and just what they've done on offense this year. And I'm trying not to get too excited because it feels like every year when we feel very optimistic is when the team lets us down. But signs of improvement, even though they didn't win yesterday, who cares? It's preseason. Doesn't matter.
It did a little bit because I think it blew up me and Donovan and Blake and DJ's parlay.
What was the what was the line yesterday?
I forget exactly what it was, but
how can you put a
blew it up.
line on a preseason game? It's so impossible to predict. Even though Jacksonville did run with their starters at the which was kind of weird seeing Trevor Lawrence out there for a couple series.
Yeah.
Like I think I'd be pretty pissed off if they ran Dak out there for 2 series.
No, and that's
preseason game 1.
That's part of the reason why you can, in some ways, handicap preseason games if you know coaching tendencies and how long they're willing to leave starters out there.
Yeah, like Mahomes is going to play the first quarter today in their preseason game.
Or if you have a coach that, tries his hardest to win games in the 4th quarter, maybe more willing to bet on that guy.
And I was not sure watching that game if Jacksonville had a kicker. They went for every 4th down.
I'm not sure if Dallas has a kicker.
I'm not sure we do either.
Did you see Maher bricked his first one for Denver?
I did. Gosh. Poor Maher.
The Crow line's going nuts.
Oh, man. All right. It's 9:50. It's work in progress for one more Sunday morning. We had a nice sports cry last night. We'll get into that next.
This is Josh Young, and you're listening to Work in Progress. Dubs up.
Dude, I completely forgot about this song.
When was this?
I don't remember, but I
did it?
completely forgot about this. A P1 emailed this to me. Turn it up a little bit. I completely forgot about this. Good find.
It is
Connor.
good.
Yeah. Forgot about this.
That is Connor Caldwell Pope.
Okay, now you're ruining it by adding in cowbells. You cheapened a really nice song there, sir. It's 10 a.m. It's work in progress. Monto and Miney. We are together one final time on Sunday morning.
This sounds like if we were True Detective Season 4.
Yeah,
this would be our
montage.
open for it.
There's like one of me sitting there with a cigarette in my mouth.
Yeah, you're the good cop. I'm the one that's just always drunk.
Damn it, not again, David.
Mino, wake up.
That girl
You gotta
deserves
get
better.
it together. No, Justin, I've got my demons.
Yeah, you have like a 4-year-old that died. And I just got to get you out of your funk. We'll do the news with Lando here in about 15 minutes. At 10:50 will be a final Sunday edition of Nothing But the Truth. But let's talk a little Hall of Fame ceremony here. as, of course, we had Dirk go in yesterday, and I haven't been sports emotional in a while. I can't even really remember the last time. Maybe Dirk's.
Like in a happy way?
Yeah.
Probably the jersey retirement. I mean, any big Dirk moment over the past 3 years or so, I've gotten a sports tear. I think the jersey retirement, Dirk's final game for sure.
The final game
happened
is
to
what
be
got
there.
me.
The 30,000 point game, because I was at that one also.
They're pretty much all Dirk related.
And justly so.
Although watching Mitch Garver try to catch a Roldis Chapman almost made me cry too. You know what I mean, bro?
Different kind of sports.
That just gets you sports horny.
God, another pass ball. Another one. But yeah, yesterday I mentioned this in the mix. The montage that the Mavs put together of all of his teammates talking to him, you know, Jet, Brian Cardinal, Devin Harris, a list of names, Nico, which I thought was a little weird because they don't really have much crossover, but I guess they probably work in some capacity now. But that kind of made me tear up because, of course, you know, we have so many memories with that guy. You know, he's basically the first guy that you and I saw the beginning and the end of their career, especially a big career.
Age 10 through 31. Like and early on in his career, growing up in the area and the Mavs growing on us, which is weird because as very little kids, the Mavs were so irrelevant.
Yeah.
But seeing him grow into a superstar up until he won the title in 2011, it kind of felt like it was an indie band that you were really into because he never really got the respect nationwide that he deserved until he won the title.
It was 2011, yeah.
It was like 03 or 02. You remember the movie Like Mike with Lil Bow Wow?
Where he got the autograph from Lil Bow Wow?
I remember on the poster of the movie and in the movie, Dirk and Steve Nash were in it. And Jason Kidd was in it too. And they had, I don't know, they probably had 10 to 12 NBA players that they featured in the movie. And I remember seeing Dirk and Steve Nash in that movie and thinking, oh my God, these are Dallas Mavericks. These are our guys that are in this movie.
Yeah.
Other people know about them. That's so cool because it just felt like it was something growing up in the area that was just ours, that nobody else really cared about.
I kind of remember Chris Webber not being too kind to Little Bow Wow in that movie.
I don't remember too much about the movie now. I just
remember Dirk asked him for an autograph and said it was for his cousin Dirk.
Because he wanted Little Bow Wow's autograph. But yeah, I mean, it took a while. I mean, even took a while for Mavs fans to warm up to him or recognize how great he was. Like, one of my favorite stories about him didn't involve me. It was a good friend of mine. I guess a couple of my friends who are a little older. They're in their 40s. But they were at like a Monday Night Raw in 99, maybe 2000.
I think that was here in 98, maybe? Was Dirk here at the time? Because
Dirk and Nash were both here, but they hadn't done anything.
Okay.
And my buddies were there, and they were like a few seats away from Dirk and Steve Nash. And they always swear that they could not have cared less that these two Mavs were there because they were like, who the hell are those guys? And now they just beat themselves up because they didn't whip their asses knowing how great they would be. But now fast forward 20 years later, 25 years later, and the two of them are on the Hall of Fame stage together. And yeah, last night seeing Dirk up there with a pretty good class.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you factor in the story of Dirk. It's hard to tell it without Wade, without Pau Gasol and the Lakers, without Tony Parker and the Spurs. So for them to all go in together is pretty cool. But to see Holger there, to see just the litany of NBA players that have gone from, you know, respecting Dirk and his hustle to flat out liking him and giving him his due as one of the best players to ever play this game. Because for a long time, man, I hung my hat on the fact that Kobe loved him. I was like, dudes, Kobe loves this guy. Why do y'all not love him? Kobe thinks he's amazing.
It's kind of like early Luka with LeBron endorsing him.
Yeah, like he has the best cosign ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just watching him grow through the years and then him finally getting that respect. And I say it was in 2011 when he won the title. It started a little bit earlier than that, but
06
finally
really
getting
hurt
there,
him, man.
that hurt. It hurt
It set him
Mavs
back.
fans.
Yeah.
In 2011 was the final chance he had to win a title in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. We all knew it. Listening to the ticket every day, we knew that it was going to be a tough road through those playoffs. Getting through Portland was really difficult in the first round, and then you have to go against the reigning champion Lakers in round 2, and the Mavs swept their ass, and then a young Thunder team with KD and Harden and Westbrook. You get through them, and then you play the super team, LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in their
Heatles.
first season, and you were able to beat the Heat in 6. There's never going to be a title like that again in any sport for me. Now, I'll feel good when the Rangers eventually win one, when the Cowboys eventually win one. It might be a long time, but there's never going to be anything like that Mavs title. Like, I wouldn't trade that one for anything. Just growing up a Mavs fan, starting to go to my dad getting season tickets in the year 2000. So really seeing the entire Dirk career, the first year they made the playoffs was the first year I started going to games. And I remember going to, it was like a scrimmage the Mavs would put on. They still might do it, I don't know, but it would be like an inter-squad scrimmage in the preseason, and it would be open to the season ticket holders. And open, I think it was open to all fans. And players would sign autographs. It was the last year at reunion. And I remember seeing Steve Nash there with his long, unwashed hair.
Yeah,
Looked like he just rolled out of bed. He's so greasy. I'm like, this guy's a point guard? He's a starting point guard?
He's going to win 2 MVPs?
And then seeing Dirk rolled up and he had a table and signed autographs for everybody. Didn't have a super long line at the table, so I got Dirk to autograph a Mavs basketball with the rest of the team.
Still got it?
I think I do. I think we still have it at my parents' house. But he signed the ball
later.
With the ball.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I don't
have a ball.
I probably played basketball with it at some point. But Dirk was just always so welcoming to fans. Like even when he was at the top of the mountain, he was still really cool to really anyone. And he was, like, it sounds cliche to say about a superstar, but he was humble for as big of a dude that he was, and physical in stature too. Like, he was just a really welcoming dude. He loved this city.
Yeah.
He felt like he was our guy. He never played anywhere else after this. And I love Steve Nash also. I've mentioned Steve Nash a bunch in this segment. He was our guy at the time, but then he went to Phoenix and we hated it. And that's when he played his best basketball. But
I think
the big difference is Dirk stayed.
I think that's probably why I saw this discourse yesterday. Dirk is the most liked athlete in the history of DFW. I mean, people love their Roger. They love Troy. They love Emmett. They love those dudes. But even they have some detractors. It is so hard to find someone now who has a bad thing to say about Dirk. Now, 2011 helped that because a lot of people love to call him a dude that couldn't win the big one. But once he did that, he cemented his legacy. One quick piece of audio here. This is from his speech yesterday, speaking of Dirk and Steve Nash and the bad haircuts.
Creativity is worth nothing without leadership. And the guy that comes to my mind is my friend Steve. I think we came a long way from those 2 brutal haircuts we saw there. You had the frosted tips you had. Who would have thought when we first started to play together that we'll be on the stage together? That means the world to me, and you were a great role model to me and the best teammate I ever had. So you were always positive. You always encouraged me. We worked our butts off at night, went back to the gym, and you became a friend for life. So thank you, my friend.
Really cool.
It's very cool, man.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of weird he called him his best teammate ever while Kid was sitting there also, but,
I like the joke he had about both of them. I wish I could have played with you in your primes.
Yeah. Kid and Nash, yeah. He got the end of Kid and the beginning of Nash, but he made it work. All right, we'll get more into the Hall of Fame later on, perhaps during Sunday brunch, play some more audio from last night. But what do we have on the news, Lando?
Would Craig Miller really do this?
But right now with Lando, we got the news.
Got a little bit of breaking news according to Syracuse Hoops Twitter feed. CJ Fair is now going to play for the Mavs Summer League team.
News team, assemble!
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Lando. It's Kevin Landrum, works on the weekends here. Love that drop.
Today is August 13th, 2023. Today is International Melons Day, so squeeze your melons.
Yeah, bros.
You got
we
it, bro.
love melons.
Nice.
Boobs.
Nice.
Mine feel great.
Guys, I'm sad
Yours do feel great.
I mean, you don't have to be that aggressive with it. It's very weird.
We
We're in
really
studio,
are close.
gentlemen. Guys, some sad news to report as Johnny Hardwick, better known as the voice of Dale Gribble on King of the Hill, passed away last week at the age of 64. He died at his home in Austin. Rest in peace, Johnny Hardwick.
That was a show I didn't fully appreciate while it was on.
Agreed.
I would check it out every now and then. I thought it was okay, but the Hulu treatment now, it's so genius.
Yeah.
And maybe it just hit too close to home at the time.
Yeah.
Growing up in a small town in Texas. I'm like, oh, man.
How about it being in the town that's supposed to resemble your town?
Yeah,
right.
Richardson, I guess, is...
Yeah.
And they never really said what town it's supposed to be, but...
Mike Judge said Richardson.
He did?
Yeah.
And he lived in Richardson for a time.
One thing I didn't know...
Richardson?
One thing I didn't know was that he was originally not supposed to be the voice of Dale Gribble. He was just going to be a writer, because originally they wanted Daniel Stern to play Dale Gribble.
One of the Sticky Bandits?
Yeah. And also the pitching coach on Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That's right.
They got trapped between two hotel doors.
Underrated actor.
Agreed.
Yeah, he was very good at physical comedy.
Yeah.
He was also in Celtic Pride.
That's, oh my gosh, another underrated sports movie, Celtic
they were
Pride.
like-
And Bushwhacked.
Yeah,
You remember
like-
that one?
Oh, yeah.
Bushwhacked.
Just imagine if we just kidnapped like Kawhi in 2020.
All right, we're doing...
He's just doing that all tied up.
We're going to have to do another work in progress next week because we need to have a Daniel Stern watch party.
Just his sports movies.
Yeah, we don't need to do Home Alone, which is an all-time great, but that's a classic. Let's dive deep into Daniel Stern.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. He's related to a former NBA commissioner.
Yeah, Daniel Stern, yeah.
All right, so Johnny
David
Hardwick,
Stern.
64 years old, rest in peace. Pocket Sand, Shasha.
And also Daniel Stern, who is
And also-
alive, I think.
I'm pretty sure. How old is Daniel Stern?
65. Yep.
So I bring this up because I'm curious. I think the Musers went on vacation in June, I believe, which would work perfectly with this next story I'm about to tell you. As former NBA center and San Antonio Spurs player Kevin Willis told police this week that 10 Spurs jerseys were stolen from his storage unit worth about $100,000. He says this happened
10
in
jerseys?
June. Yeah. These are from the Spurs 2002-2003 championship run, and they were stolen from his storage locker. So I'm just curious what Craig Miller was up to in June. And would he go this far?
I want that job.
From the 02 team, I wouldn't think so. If they were George Gervin, maybe.
Please observe
But maybe
the-
he stole them so he could sell them to buy a George Gervin jersey.
Possibly.
Okay. So these were
It's going deep.
$10,000 each? I mean, would they sign
Roughly.
Duncan? I mean, what would be worth that much?
He says
Maybe a Bruce Bowen.
Willis said that the jerseys were worn by different players, so they weren't just his jerseys, but they were all from the 03 championship team. So who else was on that team? I mean, you had
Duncan. Parker, Steve Kerr.
Oh, yeah.
They still have
Ginobili.
They still have Admiral?
No, he was out by then. What was his last year? 01, maybe?
I don't know, man.
So there you
Something.
I mean, they would have had Manu and Parker by then.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I guess a bunch of Hall of Famers.
Moving on.
How do you... And how do you get away with, like, if you do sell those,
yeah,
you're going to find out who it is.
Maybe you're just keeping them? Yeah. It is a weird thing.
35-year-old man steals Spurs jerseys just to keep them, and you can't tell your friends about it.
Who was the Yankees pitcher that stole Derek
Joe
Jeter?
Chamberlain.
It's a great guess, but no. He stole like a Jeter jersey and glove during the playoffs one year. I was like, how are you going to sell that? It's Derek Jeter. He's one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet.
And the Brady jersey that disappeared after the Super Bowl.
I remember Brady.
Did we ever find out what happened there?
I think didn't he get tried in Mexico or something?
You're thinking of Ruben Rivera.
Okay, the Yankees guy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be This makes me think that there's a whole black market of sports memorabilia that is just like deep web.
I think anyone can go to that market, sir.
Okay.
I think it happens in sports, but it also happens in radio because of our we have adapters for our headphones, and there were times we'd have like 10, 15 of them up here, and they just go missing.
Yep.
So somebody is stealing these and trying to make money off of our headphone adapters.
That's probably exactly the same thing.
Technology.
You can get like, I don't know, a couple bucks for 20 of them.
Yeah.
But we still have this charger in here. Has that made the air yet? We have a...
I don't think so.
I don't know. Is that
It's
a
an
MacBook
iPhone
charger?
It's an iPhone charger, yeah.
Lightning or whatever it is. It's been sitting up here for like 3 weeks. Nobody's taking it. So
I think most
we've got
people
some
are
good
just
people.
enjoying being able to charge their phone and not question it.
Yeah.
Because I don't keep a charger in my bag. I probably should.
How many chargers you got?
One.
You
No,
just
I
got
have two.
Man.
I have two. I have
Okay.
one more somewhere. I don't know.
2 is acceptable. 3 is the move. I've got one that I keep in my bedroom, one in the living room, and then a travel one. So 3 is the right move. And you can use... Oh, no, I've got 4. I've got one in the car, too.
My house isn't big
Vivaldi.
enough to need a separate one
Yeah.
from my living room to my bedroom.
Well, I'm just so rich now.
You don't want
That was
to
the
take
first
the
thing
10
I
minutes.
did when I
You
got all
bought a
that
house?
money.
Another phone
Well,
charger.
well, after I bought the 2 Ferraris,
Right.
because I had to have a red one and a yellow one.
Your interest rate is out of
So
control.
childish.
Yeah.
You buy 2 Ferraris.
Yes. And then I had to get 4 chargers, just so I can...
Not Dodge.
No.
Yeah.
A charger for the Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
The weird thing is you still have
Which
a
is my
Nokia
third
brick,
car.
which is
Yeah.
very confusing.
Just vintage. I'll get an iPhone at some point.
One day you're going to beat that
He
Snake
loves
record.
being Gordon Gekko.
Gosh, Snake. That game was... I was good at Snake. That's probably my best video. Other than Guitar Hero, Snake was number 2.
2 totally different games.
Totally different games.
Gentlemen, Virgin Galactic, owned by Richard Branson, has successfully...
That's the hardline zone.
Successfully sent the first tourists to space. A mother and daughter, the first mother and daughter to ever go to space. And also another man from a place that I've never heard of. This is a real place in London, in Great Britain. It's called Newcastle under Lyme. It's the name of the place this guy is from.
Is that a town?
Yes.
John, I know
Goodwin?
Newcastle because of the soccer team and the beer.
He became the second person with Parkinson's disease to ever go to space. He bought his ticket for $250,000 in 2005. He's been waiting 18 years?
Okay.
18 years to go to space?
18 years.
18 years.
I imagine that ticket is worth more now, right? He probably got a good deal. So
So you'd buy something, and he didn't have a timeline for it, probably. He's like, 2005, okay, I'm going to drop $250,000 to maybe go to space someday.
So get this, he is one of around 800 people who bought tickets back then are waiting for their tour of space.
I'm just shocked that we've sent not 1 but 2 people with
Parkinson's,
to
yeah.
space.
I didn't
And is he
realize Michael
pissed at
J.
the
Fox
other
went
guy?
up there.
Like, man, I could have been the first one.
Yeah, I hear that whole ticket buying process is really shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Space Force.
It's okay.
This flight was 50 minutes.
I hit
they
that one
allowed
out of
to
the
move.
Parkinson's.
You took my Michael J. Fox joke from Why Today Doesn't Suck that I use every year. The 1-2 game.
Sucks. It's coming to an end.
His marriage is shaky.
Mm-hmm. Remember the whole Curb episode where he
gets
brought Larry David a Coke and it sprayed all over him.
Did you shake this?
And he was trying to just figure out if it was Parkinson's or he was mad at him.
God, that was awesome.
He made a whole episode out of that. Great.
I'm going to have to watch that one. Would you guys go to space if it was...
Nope.
For free?
Really? No. You could have offered me $100,000.
What if you had Parkinson's?
No.
Not even with Parkinson's.
I don't even like flying to frickin'
What
Houston.
if you had AIDS? You could be the first person with AIDS in space.
It depends on how I got the AIDS.
And we could make a documentary called AIDS in Space.
Did I get the AIDS in the magic way? Or in the, like, I had a horrible disease and a blood transfusion?
You got it from the monkey that went to space.
You bought a really bad sandwich.
Yeah, you got it from the break room PB&J. Which means Bob and Daddy would also have AIDS.
Yeah.
Gymnastic AIDS.
No.
What the hell is that?
I didn't think I would have to say this, but here we are. Even with AIDS, I would not go to space.
That's your news.
But what if you get to meet Magic Johnson? Like, he's inspired by you, so he would be the second person with AIDS to go to space. But you could always say you were one up on Magic.
Yeah.
In no way outside of AIDS do I one up Magic.
You could
It's
get
time
there.
we talked about AIDS.
No. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
For $300,000.
Yeah, what if they pay you to go to space?
And you could get rid of the AIDS app. Going to space
clears my AIDS.
cures the AIDS.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot going
Not
on
HIV,
anyway.
but full-blown AIDS.
I don't have a whole lot going on. I just let the AIDS wash over me.
Okay, so this flight was only 50 minutes. I mean, that's real quick.
Oh,
Go up there,
that's
you get
BS.
to do weightlessness, and then you come back down.
I feel like Nandor got to space quicker. You didn't watch Shadows, but he goes.
I haven't
to
watched
space.
this season, but I do like the show.
He flies to space.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm going to space, I want
full-blown
2.5
space.
at least.
Yeah.
You said 1 hour?
50 minutes.
50 minutes?
Yeah.
It's like a flight to Houston.
Right.
No.
What's considered space? Like when you're out of the atmosphere?
It has to be all dark up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you have
Okay.
to, you can't see light. You have to see the stars.
Yeah.
Saying what's considered space, I get that was
No, I
dumbass
totally
question,
get
but-
the question because you can kind of be in the
I still don't want to
atmosphere
see
and
Earth's atmosphere above me.
It's like you're in a really high plane. That's not space.
Yeah.
Has to be fully dark.
I think that was a Snoop Dogg movie. High Plane? Soul Plane.
Dude,
Soul Plane.
that movie
Soul
was
Plane.
awesome too. Writing that down. Movies I'm watching in the next month.
Yeah, I would
Got to
go
do
up
another
there.
show to review Soul Plane.
We'd get up there, and then like the Russian cosmonaut that got married, I would turn our capsule and do a snow globe. They're like, get me out of here, we're going down. All right, there's the news.
Yay.
Yay. Speaking of that, Seamen are next. I have an update here.
Okay.
From EA Azad. You may have heard of him.
From the tickets.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
He's the Bork guy.
Yep. Dalton.
Dalton.
Norse.
Going to Corgi, actually.
He's from Australia, right?
course.
The waterfall
He's
frog
a
eater.
waterfall frog eater. He was listening and he heard us talking about the charger that's in here. And he says the charger was left there by Bob Sturm to see if anyone would steal it. He got a bunch of chargers from a listener. He decided to leave one here for the community.
That's very nice.
But also wanted to see who would steal it on the weekends. So everyone so far has passed. I mean,
I'm going to steal that.
Now
that's
you
my,
are?
That's my parting gift from Sundays.
That's just a way to let Bob know that you and he are on equal footing now. Like, look, dude.
I will take your charger.
That's my charger, bitch. But I'm going to charge my phone so hard on this thing.
And I'm not even going to use it. I'm just going to take it.
Yeah, you just want it. You don't want to charge anything with it.
Give it to the homeless guy in the parking garage.
At 11:30 on the whip around, we will listen back to some of our best e-breaks from the Sunday mornings that you and I have spent together. Because this is our last Sunday morning together.
Many of which I've forgotten about.
Yeah.
I just try to all the fumbles and drop passes, you got to have a short-term memory. You got to put
Right.
it away.
You got to be a goldfish.
Yeah.
But we'll hear those at 11:30 because Connor and Kevin in there have been just searching away for, basically through 6 years of audio that we have. So we'll play some of that at 11:30. We'll have Sunday brunch at 11:10. In our next segment, we will do a return of Nothing But the Truth. But let's talk a little Ranger here. They are in San Fran. And I heard this note yesterday, and it blew my mind. I had to look it up. The note that no right-handed hitter has never hit a ball into McCovey Cove just baffles me.
Okay, so they have that tracker in right field, the splash hits.
Yeah.
And it's 102, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That is for the entire existence of the ballpark?
Yes.
Okay.
And
how far is it into McCovey Cove?
Well, so
it doesn't look that far away.
The one Nathaniel Lowe hit the other day was only like 390 or something, right?
And when you play MLB The Show, it's pretty easy with the lefty to just knock it in there.
Oracle Park is 309 down the right field line.
But it's obviously
and it's a higher
the
fence, or
Right.
it's a high wall, and you got to get it.
But I
40
heard
or
that
more feet.
I heard Travis say that yesterday on the Noon to 2 show, and I was like, "There is no way that can be true. There's no way." I was like, Buster Posey had to have done it. Albert Pujols was in the NL forever. Like, some righty had to do it. No righty has ever done it.
I just Googled how far into McCovey Cove, and it says it's about 25 hours driving. That's not
exactly what
That's
we
not
meant.
what I want, Google.
Yeah.
That's why a righty has never gone.
Not exactly what we meant. But it's going to be a big moment whenever someone finally does it. Be cool if Adolis could pop one
He
in
could.
there.
He'll go Oppo.
Yeah.
It could be Josh Young, but he's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Which still
As are a lot
stings.
of Rangers. We also had Bruce Bochy kind of saying Andrew Heaney may have had COVID or something. Did you hear him say that
He might have had
yesterday?
COVID. He's been dealing with the crud, I think is what he said.
Yeah, he said he had the crud, which is why he had to pull him early yesterday. But the Rangers are looking good. Again, winning 9-3 yesterday. It just sucks that they're in like the best 1-2 at the top of their division in all of baseball. They can't really get any comfortability.
That kind of makes it fun, though.
It does make it fun, but it would just, and maybe this is what keeps you on your toes heading into the playoffs. But it'd be nice to be able to have a little bit of breathing room for a minute.
And you've been there a few times this season where you'd have a 5.5 to 6 game cushion on Houston, and then they'd start winning games, and the Rangers would hit a rough patch. But I imagine it'll be very similar to like this for the rest of the way. Either team having a 2.5 to 3.5 game lead. It's going to get really close. That series in early September is going to be fire here in Arlington. I think it's the first week of September, the 3-game series. That's going to be so much fun. One thing I noticed from the game last night, this was late. The game was pretty much wrapped up. I think it was in the 9th inning. Helio Ramos hit his first career home run for the Giants, and they showed on the broadcast the fan that caught it was negotiating with the Giants what he wanted for the ball, and you could see him signal he wanted a bat for the baseball. And it kind of had me thinking, if I were to catch a home run, a significant home run, let's just say it's the first career home run of what is it? JP Martinez. It's his first home run, I catch it. And he's going to want the ball, and I'm cool with them having it, but you've got a list of demands.
I think it depends on who it is, because wasn't there a guy that caught Ellie's first home run? And then he went like in the locker room and took photos with him and stuff. I think it might be a little higher for Ellie than it would be for JP Martinez.
So if you catch JP Martinez's first home run, what are you wanting? Let's say, okay, let's go 2. Let's go JP Martinez and Evan Carter. Let's say you catch both of them. Are you wanting the same thing?
I'm going to send them the Rugi article. The hazing story.
You're going to send it to him?
And because they may not know about it.
You're just going to sit there and read it to him.
What kind of weird Italian mob stuff is that?
Yeah. Like, all right, JP, you're going to sit here.
And I'm going to watch them read the story.
Right here. And I think it'd be better if you just present it to him and just make eye contact the whole time.
I like
and just have a playlet.
I think I just like the idea of them reading it on their phone and me looking at them as they put together what I'm asking for.
And you show them the video of the monkey at the zoo that you always show me during segments.
You only hit one first home run, dude.
It's like you don't want a signed baseball or anything. You just want to
I just
show me this video of the monkey having a lot of fun with himself.
I just start slowly pulling down my basketball shorts. He's like, yeah, probably not worth it. No, I mean, if it's their first home run, especially for like a dude like JP Martinez, a bat or, a jersey or something.
I think, I would ask for
maybe some tickets to come back to another game.
Would you rather have a bat or a jersey?
A jersey.
A game-worn jersey?
To frame, yeah.
True.
Frame, put that in your man cave.
I would ask for a signed jersey from that player, the game that he won.
Would you be a big D if you told him, hey, can you get Seager to sign
give me
one
a signed
for me?
Seager from him?
Can you get everyone but you to sign something?
Can you get me a signed JP Martinez jersey by Corey Seager? And I would want to meet him in the clubhouse after the game.
You sure you don't want to meet
a picture.
me?
I would want a picture and a video of the exchange. I give the baseball. He gives me the autographed jersey of Corey Seager.
I want a video from my thing as well. To remember about it.
Yes, and then you read him the article of the other Rugi Odor. I think you could do both Rugis. You could read him the article about the punch to just set him up. Be like, oh yeah, that was so cool.
I'll let him Rugi me in two ways.
And then you say, okay.
That and then punch me.
Okay, now check this out. So you know that Rugi Odor. Let me tell you about his brother, who's also named Rugi Odor. And what are your thoughts on that? Just having a brother with the same name.
Yeah. We just do a segment. Like I said, it's probably jersey, bat. I mean, it's different than like the guy that caught Aaron Judge's home run last year. Now we're talking like
that. I'm keeping
some kind of money. You're keeping that?
I'm keeping it for the time being. I'm not. And didn't he? What was the initial offer for it? And it ended up selling, for a lot less. So yeah, maybe I would. Maybe I'd take the
same with the dude that got Brady's last touchdown ball, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm coming back," and it plummeted.
Yeah, you got to sell. You got to sell early.
You got to strike while the iron's hot. But anybody's first, I don't know. Even Evan Carter, I'm probably not asking for a ton.
Yeah, just something simple, just a signed jersey and a picture.
Yeah,
with the two. Your backpack fell.
Maybe some sweet tickets or something.
Hang out. Just go get some margaritas at some point.
Yeah,
Get a nice dinner with him. Hang out. Be buddies. Get his phone number so you can just whip his ass during games.
Oh God, yeah. I'd be like, I want to.
Why'd you swing at that? Why are you swinging at a 3-1 pitch in the dirt?
He probably wouldn't do it at that point. But yeah, I mean, even for us, I might be like, I don't know, come on our show for a show.
Ugh. After you show him that monkey video,
he's like, "You want me to do that where?" But
on the show,
yeah, Rangers looking good. We may get back more into them later on during Sunday brunch. But at 10:49,
or Monday through Friday at some point from 1 to 3.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Will we talk baseball at any point this week?
Is Sean Bass on the show? I forgot.
He is.
Then yes, probably.
We probably just in our meeting, we're like, we just don't want to talk baseball today. We are seam men, but I don't know. Slam ball has been really hitting over the past few weeks.
I mean, we got the European Open going on right now. Anton Raga's playing some great 9-ball. Maybe we can get him to talk about that.
Some pool.
Yeah.
Tennis and pool.
We just insist. There's two of us.
The pool show from 1 to 3. All right, it's 1:49. It's work in progress.
No, it's not 1:49.
Oh, my God. I'm doing this. Look, this is a good thing. I'm getting used to the new clock.
Checked out. He gave up already.
I knew I was going to do it on weekdays saying Sunday times.
Once the Fort Minor hit, he was gone.
10:50 is the time on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Let's do some Nothing But the Truth next.
We were having a good time.
Was there a music video for this?
No, because we
should
couldn't
make
get
one.
the
Like a highlight.
We couldn't get the camera in my mom's closet where I filmed it.
Well,
or
we
where I
can
recorded them.
we can still record a music video for it. You can just lip sync and
We could also take a 50 cal to my balls. I would prefer that. Then
that would
make
hurt.
a
That would
music
hurt
video.
more. I would say that would be
No.
more damage. You would.
It wouldn't. Hearing that is like getting two 50 cals to the balls. So just one wouldn't be that bad.
Is that the one thing you would delete from OpEx if you could? Just delete from ticket history. So everybody has one thing. Corby has the TCU drop.
Yeah.
He would get rid of that.
Probably. Yeah.
All right.
What would you pick?
I don't think I have anything yet. It's all part of my history. Even the Trevino moment was.
Then your job, the rest of the show, Connor, is to find what Mino might want deleted from OpEx.
I'll embrace it,
and we'll see if we can find that and play at 11:30. At 11:30, we'll play some e-breaks that I didn't even remember us having. But like I said, Connor and Kevin in there found some. We'll play some of those at 11:30. We'll do some Sunday brunch at 11:10. But right now, David, we have the return of Nothing But the Truth.
Yes, for one more time on Sunday.
A show that a segment that you and I have done many, many times before. Just a fun way to discuss parts of our lives.
To drop truth bombs.
Yeah.
That people are kind of afraid to talk about, but we'll go there.
We're kind of heroes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we hate to
I mean,
have to
we're
say
not
it.
going to say that, but other people say we're heroes, so okay.
Right.
We
I'm not
accept
going to
it.
argue with them. I'm a man of the people.
Okay.
So would you like to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
You can't handle the truth.
We got to get.
I was trying to
old Jack
think
in there.
Yeah. Are you ready for the truth, or can you handle the truth? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then that, Jack Nicholson. So we all get caught in the crossfires of two people saying hello to each other. And I feel like it happens more where we're the one in the middle rather than we're the person saying hi to someone and then they're there. I think it's about a 5-to-1 ratio because it's happened both ways.
Yeah.
And it's happened to me twice within the past 2 weeks. More notably, I was actually the one saying hi. And there was a very notable celebrity that was caught in the crossfire.
Okay.
This was in California at Nobu for the media party.
I'm going to guess Tom Hardy.
It was not. That would be pretty random if it was.
I mean, you're in Hollyweird.
But we were at Nobu at the party. I was
Okay.
standing by the ocean, and I see my buddy Dave Lane at the bar.
Oh, I
about
he's a celebrity. Yeah, I know him.
From the hard line.
Yeah.
And he's about to get another drink. And I've got
He's
my
got a problem.
I've got my top shelf margarita
You have a
standing
problem.
there. And I see Dave, and we make eye contact, and I raise my glass. I'm like, hey, what's up? And also standing next to Dave was Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
And he makes eye contact with me, and he raises his glass and said, hey, how's it going?
You did that to a guy worth $1 billion?
I've never had any one-on-one with Stephen Jones before, so that just shows that he's a really nice, cool dude that he thought I was saying hello to him from 25 feet away. But I was like, oh, no, I'm actually talking to the guy standing next to you, Dave. So we kind of had...
Damn.
It wasn't an awkward moment, and he said hi. I was like, oh, yeah. Hey, Stephen, what's up, man? Thanks for having me here. I don't
That's
think he
a
was
better-
ignored by me.
A better interaction than I've had with a member of the Jones siblings. The only one I've ever had was at a Mavs game. I was going downstairs to media dining. Jerry Jr. and his family were going down to sit on the floor. And I...
Was he playing with his G.I. Joe?
No. He put his coloring book away. And I, like a fat ass, had a little personal pizza with me I was going to eat in the media dining. And Jerry Jones, as we're writing down, says, hey, those pizzas here any good? Like, yeah. Do you want a piece? Or... And
Did you give a piece of your pizza to someone worth Someone in a $1 billion family.
No, but I felt obligated that maybe I should just open the lid and see if he wants to grab one, but he did not. Your interaction sounds better.
It could have been awkward, but Steven was really cool.
At least
and I
he
don't
didn't
even know
know
if he knew that I was talking to someone else.
he probably
I just
didn't.
kind of played it off like, oh,
I just like the
Steven,
thought
how's
of
it
you
going?
going, no, not you.
Not you, the other guy.
Yeah.
Shut
other
up,
guy
that
next
wasn't
to you.
for
I was
you,
talking to
Steven.
Dave.
I'm teasing.
I was
You,
about
Steven.
you.
Why'd you trade Amari Cooper for a 5th-round pick? No, but he was cool. And it happened to me the other way, and I'm not even sure if this was... I don't know if they were talking to someone else or if they were talking to me. It could have been a P1.
Because being on the other end of it's horrible.
It is. You never know what to do.
You will just plaster your face with veiled smile.
But I feel like working here for long enough, and you're probably this way too, I have a good radar of telling who is a P1 out in public. I can tell when people are P1s without talking to them. They just kind of look like, they kind of have the vibe that they probably listen to the station. So I was going to get dinner this week, and as I was walking into the restaurant, there was a car full of dudes that were leaving, and they were around our age, probably 30-something-year-old dudes. And I was walking in, and they're yelling at the door as I'm walking in. They go, "Yeah!" And they're kind of looking in my direction, but there's also a patio with people around it.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Justin. And I kind of look at the patio, and then I look back at the car, and other people are looking at the car because the car full of people are going, "Yeah!" Didn't say hi, didn't say Mino, didn't say, "Yeah, the ticket." It was just, "Yeah!" Like, and I just go, "Yeah, man."
Yeah.
And then I walk inside. I didn't know if they were talking to me or somebody else, so I just thought it was very awkward.
So you don't know
I
if
could have
that
been
was for
nicer.
you.
I could have waved, been like, "Oh yeah," and but I didn't know if they were talking to me or been like, "Oh yeah, I love Work in Progress, love the show."
You just
And if
sent
I would have been
security
like,
after him.
"Yeah, man, I love. Thanks for listening," but then they're not talking to me. And they're like, "Who the hell is this weirdo?" I don't know what he's talking about. So I just kind of walked in and thought about it for the rest of the week.
The full-on actual, like you are sitting down somewhere and someone walks by and waves, and they're waving at the person sitting behind you, and you wave back is a horrid feeling.
It's like an
I've had
attractive
that-
female, and you're like, "Oh, is she?"
I've had that
looking
so
at me
many times, dude, and
Oh no, this guy. Oh,
I so quickly.
you know what? That's on them because they need to go up and have a one-on-one conversation.
But I still feel tiny, and I'll like have my
Why do you
hand up
say their
waving
name?
back, and then I immediately go to like put it behind my head, scratch my head.
Hello there.
Like that's what I was going for, and not pretending that someone wanted to talk to me.
So the lesson for this is be specific. If you're saying hi to someone from across the room, say,
Hi, Mino.
Hey, Lando. Lando, yes. Sorry, Connor, yeah. No, yeah, Lando.
And don't just
Lando.
scream, yeah.
Yeah! Okay.
I'll say
Who
it.
are you talking to? But yes.
Well, thank you for
We're
that
learning.
truth. I have one for you, maybe.
Okay.
You can handle it.
You can't handle the truth.
So this may be only true to me, but I think this might apply to more people as well. But I personally would have 3 times the amount of money in my bank account if Amazon didn't exist. The reason being is I buy the dumbest, most worthless crap ever on there. You know what I bought in the last 48 hours?
A fidget spinner? Because you've done that
I already
before.
have one of those. Don't need another one.
Something to apply icy hot to your back, like a back scratcher of some sort.
I did buy that.
You did?
Yeah, so I'm not jumping on the notebook paper anymore.
What did you buy in the last whatever?
So in the last
you're
48
ashamed
hours,
of?
I bought a mini basketball game that fits on your desk where you just put the little basketball on the lever and you press it and it fires up towards the hoop.
Okay.
And I bought a chef's knife.
All right, I want to start with the basketball game.
Okay.
So do you just go down rabbit holes when you're just going on Amazon, and is it like a recommended for you page? Because I don't get too deep in the weeds of Amazon. I have my go-tos, my my energy drink I'll get on Amazon. So it's usually just stuff I have saved that I'll kind of necessity type stuff. So I don't buy too much on there. Like a phone case, get a nice phone case, but that'll last me a while. And then when I need a new one, I'll just get on there and buy another one. Read reviews. Always got to read the reviews. Because there's always going to be a negative review, but if I see it's
Just
4,
a negative Nancy.
if I see a 4+ star, I'm good with that. Anything
I'm almost
low,
at needing 4.5.
Anything 3 or below, I just think it's trash. It's
I don't
not
know
good.
if it's. I'm not. The problem is, I'm not even just sitting there all day scrolling Amazon.
Did you just get on there and search basketball?
I'll
because
just
you love
remember,
basketball?
like that game from when I was a kid, and Amazon is so easy. It's at my house in an hour, and all of a sudden I've dropped $65 on a chef's knife and a mini basketball game. I don't know why the F I bought a chef's knife. I was just like watching Chopped or something.
That's very strange.
And I was like,
were you planning on, did you need another knife for the kitchen?
Not really. I don't julienne bell peppers that often. But when I do, I guess I want the best.
Have you used it?
Yeah. I like it.
Just bring it up tomorrow. Hopefully, if Sean's listening right now, it'll be blown. But if he's not listening, it'd be funny if you just stroll into the meeting tomorrow and then you just go into your backpack and take the knife out, put it on you start doing the thing between the fingers.
Oh, the 5-finger fillet.
Or you just start spinning it.
I'll have to bring the case too.
Ooh, you got a nice case?
I got the case for $7. And the $2 protection plan.
Oh, Justin.
I don't want it to get dinged up and then I can't replace it.
Well, now you're going to have to buy another knife because you have to have a backup knife.
Yeah. And what if I can't chop my garlic?
What about a nice pocket knife? When's the last time you bought a...
And do you want to know the first thing I cut open with it?
An apple to smoke pot?
I cut a meatball Hot Pocket in half.
How old are you? That's like the most stoner college thing. Hey, the Hot Pocket. It's really hot on the outside, but like on the inside.
Yeah, but it was
so cold.
That cut was so smooth down the middle, bro.
And then you just feel so good about it. You eat the Hot Pocket and just say, "Okay, that felt really good. I gotta have."
Didn't. I felt like
and the
garbage.
Hot Pocket was freaking delicious. Now I want another Hot Pocket.
I just wanted to cut it again. No, we had an extra one from when my nephew was over, and I was like, "I'll eat the last one," and just
right down the middle,
so clean.
Then the next one, you do the corners. It's like it's a PB&J sandwich.
Oh, dude, you don't think I'm cutting my crust off?
And then you're cutting the crust off with a freaking Hot Pocket.
It's gonna be one fell swoop right there, bud.
Hot Pocket.
All right, we may have to carry some of these over into our next two segments.
Sure, why not?
So
It's our last show.
Yeah. All right, Sunday brunch is next.
My mom's recording us right now. Hello. But let's do Sunday brunch for one more time.
Mino with the Sunday brunch on Work in Progress.
Stomp Center.
Have you seen the pictures of the new high school in Prosper? Walnut Grove High School. If you haven't...
Is it the actual high school or a field? Like a football field?
It's pictures of the high school. So it's the lunchroom, which looks like a food court in a shopping mall. There's a Jimmy John's. There's a Sonic. The basketball court, or gymnasium, if you want to call it that, looks like a Division I field house. They've got an indoor practice facility. They've got their weight room, looks like an NFL weight room. And it just opened up this year. It's called Walnut Grove High School. It's a new Prosper high school.
Let me see here.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
A mall-style food court, huh?
You see that?
Wow.
Yeah, they've got a Sonic, so you can just get Sonic every day if you want it. You can get Jimmy John's. Haven't seen the classrooms. I don't know what those look like.
Yeah, we're not worried about that.
We're not worried about the classrooms and the books and the iPads and the education. But
as long as I can get me
football,
a turkey
yeah.
Tom. Yeah, that's one of the things that whenever people ask, what's Texas like? It's like, sometimes we operate by our own rules here, especially when it comes to high school or high school athletics.
So you went to Berkner, right? Graduated in 07. How was the
home of Yakub?
And Akib, right?
Yakub's getting more of the headlines these days.
I think you mentioned Akib first,
okay,
and the other guy, his brother. What were the facilities like in Berkner? So I think we played a game there once. I think we played a basketball game, and it was big. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an older school.
Yeah, I mean the high school gym was built in the 70s maybe, and then our high school field was Ram Wildcat. Which was 20 minutes away from the high school. And we did not have any Chick-fil-A's or A&W's at the school. We had Square Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
The best pizza.
And it's not really pizza. It's just...
It's okay. It tasted good.
It's kind of like pizza. It was good. I couldn't go wrong with that. I heard Donovan talk about that last week, how he wants to try it again. I wonder where you can get that.
I mean, probably a school.
Like other than a school, but like, can you get it from...
Did they let you in just to go get food?
Does someone bring me a pizza from the high school cafeteria?
Were y'all allowed to leave for lunch?
Oh, no.
No.
I mean, we did, but it was highly against the rules. Or you'd go eat in the locker room, stay out of the cafeteria.
Yeah, that was something that happened before I got there, and then... shockingly, a lot of people abused it and didn't come back, so they got rid of it. I don't know that I would have, because I probably would have been very tempted to not come back.
Gosh, I'm thinking about the high school cafeteria food now and the Square Pizza, because like you probably went to Richardson your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Lake Dallas, one school my whole life, so I just thought our food was just specific to our high school. It's like, oh man, we get this stuff, but I didn't know that it was the same exact stuff everywhere, all around the country, the same exact food. And it's probably been like that since probably the 60s.
So you thought there was some magical Lake Dallas chef that came up with that Square Pizza?
Yeah, our lunch lady.
The chicken rings.
Our lunch lady was making the pizza and the taquitos.
You got taquitos?
Oh yeah.
What about the pizza sticks?
We didn't have pizza sticks.
We didn't have that either.
I don't remember having those.
That's fancy stuff.
That was a weird noise.
That must be you youngins that had the pizza sticks. We didn't have those. I mean,
Back in
we
my
had
day.
like Friday chicken fingers that everyone loved. And I remember
Salisbury steak.
Maybe that should be
I don't remember that.
Maybe that should be a bet payoff, is you have to, but it sounds kind of cool. But you have to eat high school cafeteria food.
You know what those are
for a
called?
month.
They're called Hungry Man dinners. Just go
Yeah,
to the
they're
frozen
Nighthawks.
food.
Gosh.
Yeah, Nighthawks.
So how are we pulling that off?
I don't know. We'd have to.
You're having to cook.
Well, we'd get the high school chef to prepare it for us. The lunch lady.
Boy, I think chef is doing a lot of work there. We're talking about basically heating it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have to. It's the preparation, the food prep, the meal prep.
It's always really depressing. Have you ever seen those like side by side comparisons of high school lunches in like Japan or Sweden versus what we have here?
No.
Look that up.
Okay.
They're not eating square pizzas and chicken fingers and pizza sticks. They're eating actually, nutritious
like good food.
Yeah, maybe good for you, especially if you're a young person trying to grow.
Here, we just want to be as cheap as we can when it comes to food and education.
Japanese
just give all the
school
money,
lunches look pretty good.
Give all the money to football.
Yeah, miso soup on here.
Okay.
All this good stuff.
Yep. Nothing. Not square pizza though.
No
all
square
right.
pizza.
That can be the new Sunday show name, Square Pizza.
We'll workshop it.
It's not bad.
Interstitial.
Stomp Center.
So we had another story go viral this week from 49ers training camp. as it seems like we get this every year. I thought the Niners had this problem last year as well, but I may be misremembering. Of hazing in the NFL, which has certainly changed a lot just based on rules and being able to broadcast everything. Again, the rookie stuff definitely not going to be able to fly now because someone's going to be on TikTok Live or Instagram Live. You just can't pull that off. But
man, I remember it was one of the Cowboys Hard Knocks, either 02 or 08. I think it was the 08 one. And they duct taped one of the rookies to the goalpost after practice and just kind of left him there for a
couple days,
30, 45 minutes. And it didn't seem like that big of a deal, and they were doing it, and it was all in fun. But you couldn't do that now.
No, probably not. Yeah, that would be very bad optics. But this is one that has been going on, and I think probably a lot of older players, the vets, think that this isn't a big deal. And a lot of this, I think, too, comes from them wanting to pass it on, because I feel like that's what's kept hazing alive, is the fact that people that got hazed are waiting for their moment. But what happened was some of the Niners went out for dinner, racked up a big tab, made the rookies pay for it. And we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. And the reason people have a problem with that, of course, is a lot of time rookies, unless you're a first, second, third round pick, $25,000 to $100,000 is a big dent in what you make, especially if you're not even guaranteed to make the team.
Was it just one player, or were they splitting it between all of them?
So this one I saw was between a couple of players. But the one I remember from last year was one player that got saddled with $100,000 tab.
Gosh.
And you're like, man, I'm only making $1.3 million this year. You're talking 10%
it should be the
of my
other
pay.
way around. If you're going to make the rookies go through some type of initiation, having them sing, I think that still is popular. We saw
carry
that
pads
on Hard Knocks last year with the Lions. Carry pads, that's no big deal. It's all in fun. But the veterans should pick up the tab for dinner if they're all taking them out, just as a way to make them kind of feel like they're welcomed. Okay, you're part of the team now. We'll take care of this dinner, and it shouldn't be the other way around where the rookies have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars.
So I think last year they even said that after this went viral or something, that the veterans made it right and paid the rookies back or something.
So that's
imagine what a $20,000 Venmo transfer looks like. But.
Yeah, that's why me and Sean and Matt McLaren had to pay for team dinner in Ventura a couple of weeks ago. We had to pick up the tab for Gordon and George, and they were running up the bill too.
Yeah, I remember
especially
them telling
with as
stories.
Much as Corby was drinking.
Yeah, I hear he does a lot. His liver's going to be shot in the next 5 years.
Just training camp week.
But I've heard those stories before, where ultimately you get reimbursed, but you do have to take that hit to the card, and then just hope your expense report clears.
Yeah,
and they don't cover alcohol either. The company,
no,
remember that?
Yeah, they don't. You can write off some things, but not alcohol.
All right, one more interstitial here, Connor.
No.
Stomp Center.
So last night, going in with Dirk, we had Tony Parker, Becky Hammond, Pau Gasol, Dwayne Wade. I know a lot of Mavs fans still hate Dwayne Wade. I get why they're annoyed by him, but I feel like he is at least starting to kind of get right.
He still gets on my nerves, and it bugged me a little bit.
Because he makes things about himself?
Not even that. Nothing personal. It's just the history, and I'm sure I'm slowly growing out of that, but I think back to 06 and then the coughing thing in 2011. I don't dislike the dude. It's just there's not the respect I have for him that I had for Popovich last night. I loved Pop's speech. I thought it was great. It's very Popovich. Dirk went second to last, and they ended with D. Wade. And after I saw Dirk, I was, okay, I'm done. I'm done for the evening. Maybe something will come up where I hear D. Wade, but I just didn't have the interest to stick around for it after I felt really good, very, very emotional after Dirk's speech. I didn't want D. Wade to just drive things down a little bit.
Well, speaking of Pop, like you said, he was his true self.
Oh, yeah.
During his speech. And he had a funny moment whenever he was doing what Rick Carlisle would call radio puzzle games. And it kind of confused Ahmad Rashad and led to this.
Thank you for your patience, but that's the first reason why I'm standing here. The second reason involves one word, so it's going to be quick. That's great, huh? One word, and that word is duh.
And he points to Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Manu, and Tony Parker.
And here comes Ahmad Rashad thinking that he's done, thinking that's the end of it.
I'm not done.
The music's playing, walk-off music.
He's shoving him away.
I've been waiting for this a long time. I'm not done. I didn't say duh was the end. I just said there's one word to describe why I'm here, and that's duh, those guys. Did you hear the little video where I said, listen? Listening is important.
And even whenever the players would shout him out during their speeches,
be quiet,
he was ice cold. He showed no emotion. You know, Dirk gave him credit, said thank you for the handwritten note you gave me during my last game. Of course, Tony Parker said nice things about him. Dwayne Wade said nice things, and he just sat there stone-faced. Not that I don't think he cares.
Do you think he's doing that to be funny? I feel like but
I don't
him
think
and Carlisle kind of have that. They like to make people uncomfortable because I think they think it's funny internally. So I think there was some of that going on.
Is this supposed to be a comedy show?
I think part of it is just, them wanting to maintain their, stoic facade and not showing a ton of emotion. Even if they were emotional, they got to fight through it. I think he just kind of built that way. But, I thought that moment was pretty funny.
Did you hear Becky Hammond's speech?
I've seen some of the clips online, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
There was a really weird moment when she was talking about her parents and how they couldn't be there because they were in Africa hunting. And she didn't really explain it away. Like, she didn't say anything else about it. She's just like, oh, yeah, they can't be here because they're hunting in Africa.
That is
Which
weird.
felt very weird that they could probably do that whenever they wanted.
Yeah.
But their daughter is getting into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And it was kind of odd.
Yeah, there are even some Mavs fans wondering why Luka couldn't give up exhibition play to go be a Dirks thing. But, we're like, man, that dude loves Slovenia. He ain't giving up anything for Slovenia. I also was wondering, too, for a half a second why Kawhi wasn't there for Pop, because, of course, Kawhi was a major part of him winning that last title. And then I remembered, they kind of got crossways at the end there, and that's the reason he left San Antonio, was because they didn't really see eye to eye anymore. But he's definitely part of that duh thing where he was a major reason they won that last title.
Yeah, and if there was some bad blood between them, I figured that would go away pretty soon, especially him going to Toronto and winning a title in Toronto and now in LA. It's part of his history.
I imagine Pop will be at Kawhi's in
for
10, 15 years, whenever that is.
All right.
Well, let's wrap this thing up,
Let's
dude.
do it. One more segment.
Yep. Let's have some fun next. Very fitting to put a Fast and Furious song on here at the end.
See those?
You bumping?
Got the goosebumps.
You bumping? Oh. Well, it is 11:39 here on the ticket. You got Work in Progress for one final segment. Justin Montemayor and David Mino.
It's not our last show, though. It's just our last Sunday.
It is on Sunday.
I know so many people are sad that we're not going to be on Sundays anymore.
Yeah.
But we're not leaving. We get to do this every day now.
Yeah.
We get to do it Monday through Friday, so it's a celebration.
It's just a little different
It's,
because I've heard from at least a handful of P1s that say they really only get to hear us on Sunday mornings when they're at the grocery store or driving around or whatever. So
we'll get our Sunday Monty and DJ and Ham.
Yeah,
it's going to be a party.
I'm sure that will be ridiculous. It'll be fun, but it'll be different. But in our last few moments here, let's have some fun reminiscing on some of the e-breaks that you and I have shared over our last 6 years And for that, I'll turn it over to our producer, Kevin Landrum.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Kevin.
So Connor and I have been diving through the audio vault back here. We got the combination. We opened it up. We found some rather interesting things that have been said on this program before.
Okay.
God.
Why don't we start with this one? I'm not sure if this was dropped during the show. It better have, or you would have been FCC violated.
You got to have an HSO. It's not an HSO to say Luka Doncic is the rookie of the year.
Why is Trae Young the dark horse compared to Luka?
It's 951. I knew you were going to say that.
I'll just say this: the players that are on this so far are Donovan Mitchell, Kyle Kuzma, Blake Griffin, and then the most recent one to add on to that is Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, well, you got to have an HSO. It's not an HSO to say Luka.
Well, they're not trying to appeal to a fan base or to a program director. They don't need opinions.
Well, they're going to have opinions.
Well, they can shove those opinions up their 6'11".
You got to dump that. You can't say. You can't say those two words together. All right, it's 9:52.
Gosh,
did I say holes?
No.
Just the first part.
You said an appendage.
Yeah. You can't put an action to it.
Oh.
Gosh,
Dude,
that
you
sounds
fired
like that
up.
was so long ago. That
Yeah.
was what, 2018? Rookie,
Somewhere in there,
Luka's rookie year.
You fired up about Luka, bro.
Yeah,
you never know
man.
what's going to come out.
Speaking of that, actually, we found this one.
We're getting Tankathon sometime, and me and Danny
We're
are
not
putting that
doing
together. We're doing Tankathon. Yes, we are.
We're not putting a tank at Star Power for 18 hours.
So dumb. Whataburger.
We're not doing it.
We're doing it.
You need to drop it.
It's going to be a tank with Donnie sitting next to it and Mike Soroy.
Although I think that Bud Light kind of blew their a little early. Wad maybe would have been better. Probably blow your wad.
It's not. It's not any better.
It's almost 10 o'clock, but
Dumped it.
I totally forgot about Tankathon too. That's something we're
Yeah.
going to have to start 1 to 3 because I think Norm is still going to do Normathon.
Yeah,
but our 1 to 3 show we're going to have Tankathon, where we just get a tank and we go to a fast food parking lot and we just sit there for a couple hours. I'm not going to do 12 or
really.
18 hours like Norm does. Just a couple hours in a tank with the P1s, and they can come look at the tank.
I think that piece of audio was during the Super Bowl when we did Super Bowl post games. Because we were talking
that was
about
during the Super Bowl.
That was in a Super Bowl post game, I'm pretty sure. Because we were talking about a Bud Light commercial. We did a
because
commercial.
you mentioned the Bud Night.
Oh, okay.
And I think they had killed the Bud Night.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
I think I go on to say in there
something.
that would have been a funny way to end the Bud Knight's careers if that happened to him.
Yeah.
Gosh.
What else we got?
What's your last name?
Mine?
Yes.
Well, that depends who you ask.
Yeah.
He has a few.
Well,
Since you're white, I'll say Montemayor.
Thank you for clearing that up for me.
Okay,
All right. Well, this is what you said.
It's 9:37 on the ticket. It's work in progress. Justin Montemayor. Montemayor? Good God, it's my own name, you douchebag.
It's a good sandwich. The
Justin Montemayor.
That's not his name, fool.
God, what kind of dum-dum messes up his own name? Justin Montemayor. How you doing, folks?
There you go.
Alongside Ryan Medellin. David Mino.
The Montemayor.
David Mino is on the Cowboys charter to
David
Philly.
Mayo? Justin Mayo? I mean, come on.
Be the Mayo Bros.
Yeah.
Mino looks like a Mayo Bro.
He does.
Sorry.
The Mayo. I never heard that before. Yeah, I was out that week.
Yeah, you must have been in Buffalo.
That was in the Cray Tray era.
I was a little harsh on myself, I think, right off the bat, calling myself a D-bag.
Caught yourself there.
Yeah, I didn't remember that one.
It was funny when in the Open on Friday when the TC, I'm TCU.
I'm TCU.
And he didn't even catch it until he said TCU.
Yeah,
I'm TC.
When I think of botching our names on our show, I think of Monto and Miney.
Do we have that one?
We could not find that one. And I should have worn my Monto and Miney shirt today, but I forgot.
That was
We got
pretty
to hear
recent. That was in the past year.
Yeah, it was in the last couple of years because we had the Daddy Monto and Miney in the morning playlist he put together. But that's now what I like to refer to us as is Monto and Miney. Just such an uncanny valley version of our show.
I forget that's an e-break. We just say that so often. I feel like it's just something we kind of came up with.
Yeah.
It's
but
in
that
your
was a
own
rejoin.
show open.
Yeah.
Because Donnie says it.
It's our Bizarro World show.
Monto and Miney in the morning.
Monto and Miney in the morning.
I want to hear some more e-breaks. Do we have any more?
Okay. This one, we've played it before, but it makes me laugh. So here we go.
Millions of years to us. They're gonna
I
be
would
fine,
be.
so
I would be afraid
there's
of
going to
the-
be so much turmoil.
I would be.
No, dude, we're gonna chill. I'm gonna take them to my favorite Italian place. We're gonna go see a movie. Maybe go to like a bar. Okay.
Whoa!
Dump that, Travis.
No, sir. What is
Jesus
wrong with
Christ.
you? All right, dude.
T-bar.
You're done.
I was so casual.
I got a little casual.
I've never
there.
even heard you say that term.
What the
off
heck,
air.
man? It's Sunday. God.
A breast bar.
Yeah, breast bar.
Well, anyway, the balloon was like.
And to be fair, I feel
Jeez.
like that's a word you should be able to
Yeah,
say.
it's
it
on the
sounds
line.
fun.
But you definitely
especially
can't.
in that
It's kind of
context.
childish, too.
I
It's
didn't
weird.
realize-
You can't say that word. It
Yeah.
just sounds silly.
You realize how many times I've been dumped over the years?
Yeah, your dump per show is... It's not one
And not
per
the
show.
one where you have to cover
That's
for me when I'm
still
coming
about,
back.
yeah.
And we dumped it.
We didn't
too.
even
We
have
caught
one
it
of
in
those
time.
today.
I thought about it. Just give you one last.
Just give me one last Mino show.
One last little vamp to start a segment.
At 9:30. Like, you couldn't have done this 30 minutes ago?
As I'm flying 75 miles an hour through the hall trying to get back.
Knocking the vacuum off the
Yeah,
cleaner.
just getting in everybody's way. I couldn't do that to you on our last show, though.
Well, I
Wouldn't have been
appreciate
fair.
it. I was ready for it, though. I was ready to just go to the Mino show for one last time.
Yeah.
Mino, you brought this one up earlier. I'm just going to play it real quick.
Okay.
Now, the British Open starts tomorrow.
Oh,
We
yeah.
would love
Great.
to get your thoughts about that. Can you hang through this break and do a little bit more with us here?
Yeah, you got it, my man.
All right, very good. More with Lee
That's
coming
hard.
up here on the ticket.
Tomorrow on the Morning Musers, we continue our salute to the Metroplex.
The
and
hell?
We're coming to you live from Rockwall.
So if I remember that one correctly,
Now, the
you
British
heard that he was a Hispanic fellow,
Yes, Lee Trevino.
and you wanted to answer for him, right?
Corby answered for him.
Oh. But you
I just,
did it
I
for
just put him
Corby
on hold.
through drop form.
And honestly, like, through all that, I don't even know if I put him on hold or not, because I went to hit the button, and I might have accidentally just hung up on him. I was so shook.
Yeah.
We need to get him on, because I want to bring that up to him and see what he thinks.
He
Because
comes
time
on
has
a lot.
passed. Yeah, he's been on quite
He was
a bit.
on with Norm recently.
But it's never been brought up to him.
That'd be a tough one. You could probably do it now.
It's been almost 10 years, and I want to... He has a fun sense of humor. I don't think he'd be upset by it.
Mm-hmm.
He'd probably laugh.
So even that one, you're not.
It's part of the history.
You're not purging.
I'm not getting rid of it. No,
Good.
I have to wear it. I have to wear that one.
Well, maybe we'll find some
Young
audio
Mino.
of you rapping someday, and we can put that in.
Might. We'll do a duet at some point.
Well, dude.
Oh, it's been fun, dude.
We got to get out of here.
It's not the end, though. It doesn't feel... I don't know. It doesn't feel weird. It's just
It's
no
good change.
Sundays. Yes, it's a positive change. Justin and I have worked for a long time to get to do a show together every day. And here we are. It still doesn't really feel real yet. There's times every day. There's the photo
It didn't
shoot
feel
Friday.
real when you were clinking glasses with Steven at Nobu.
There's moments, but still the every day, it's like, oh, okay, I get to do this every day. And
Yeah.
I get to be with two of my best friends. I get to do this with Justin and Sean, dudes I've worked with for 10 years, and I have a ton of respect for, and you guys have made me better. You guys have made me, I don't know, we kind of grown with this station. You and I and Sean also. Like, we've been here basically our whole adult lives.
Mm-hmm.
And now the station that we grew up listening to, we get to do a show every day. And it's a lot of fun. It doesn't, it's hard work, but it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like we get to hang out with our friends every day and talk and goof around and talk sports.
For 2 hours a day.
Yeah, 2 full hours.
That's one thing
Today
we always
Today
said.
was kind of a grind. It was 3.
Yeah, you had to work a little harder. But you got through it. Well,
we did. Have me on anytime.
Yeah. We'll do a character study.
Okay, yeah, you can keep the bits, the
We
show
do a lot
name,
of those.
whatever, and
We're not gonna do that.
Whenever it's you and me, whenever Sean's out and it's me and you, we can call it Work in Progress. We'll do Work in Progress revivals, WIP revival.
Yeah, that'll be our work
man. And
revival.
also, dude, our crew, Connor Caldwell has been only here for a few months now. He's been kicking ass.
Yep.
Dude, Kevin, you've been outstanding, dude.
Thank you, Mino.
It's been, what, six months or so since you took over for Travis?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Dude motivates us to do a good show every day. He's invested.
Thanks, man.
He talks about our show. He likes being here. Dude, you guys got a really bright future here at the station. Travis doing tickers. You've been here a very short time doing tickers, but you've been great. Baldy has done tickers for us for a while. He's outstanding at it. We've got an amazing weekend crew, a great farm system, and we kind of, I don't know if we get to pick our crew, but we definitely tell Killer the people we want to work with. And Kevin, it's been great working with you. Connor, this is the cast we've wanted for a while, and then we get it, and then the show's over. So
yeah,
all of you
and
guys.
we can't bring up the history of our show without Trey.
For sure.
Trey was a part of our show for 4 years.
Yeah, he worked his butt off for us. He was fun. It's Cray Trey. Everybody knows Cray Trey.
He just, for whatever reason, refused to learn about diversity and inclusion. And he drew a line and said, no, not doing it.
It's just part of his bit. He's like, I'm not going to do this.
I respect that he has a stance. I may not agree with it,
Libs,
but he was a part of our
Libs.
show for a long time, and we love Trey as well. What are we doing tomorrow?
Probably similar to stuff we did today, to be honest. Cowboys.
All right.
We'll give the real HSOs tomorrow.
Well, I
think I'm gonna rip Deuce Vaughn tomorrow.
Good. You might as well get on that train.
He does. Everybody. Oh, Deuce Vaughn, so great. Is he really that great? Is he?
Don't get
He's like
short with him.
5'5".
Well, I will be back next Sunday with.
I could just hold my hand out and he'd be swinging and he couldn't get
that's
to
a
me.
very cartoonish thing.
But yeah, seriously, all you guys, all the WIP ones, we shouted them out early.
Yeah,
we're out of time, so I can't mention all of them by name.
Go one by one.
I'll do that tomorrow. But
that'd be odd.
The support we've gotten and just hanging out and seeing WIP ones out in the wild really means a lot to us. It helps us out. It motivates us. It makes us think that it's not just us in here talking to each other, because that's really what it feels like. We're kind of just doing the show for each other and trying to make each other laugh. But to have people wake up on Sunday mornings and curing their hangovers with us and going to church, maybe you're doing both. I don't know.
We
There's
have
probably
3
a bunch that do that.
WIP fighters.
We do.
Who are now going to be 1 to 3 fighters.
Yes, we have 3 1 to 3 winners. I'm not calling them fighters because they're going to win. You got to have that winning mentality with us.
Sure.
But it's just been the past 6-7 years on Sundays. It's been so much fun. It's not, like I said, it's not a job. It's not like I'm spending all day Saturday fearing waking up on Sunday morning. Like, I looked at it that I get to do this with my best friends. So I'm glad we got to do this on Sundays, but that was just the first chapter. The next chapter is Monday through Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun, dude. And that's it. I don't really have an ending speech, so that's thank you for putting up with me.